Welcome back everyone. Okay, so here we go, another video, but this one's a little different as Nixie have sent me these, spoiler alert, fantastic Nintendo Switch Joy-Con replacements. But what's so good about them? Well, let's take a look. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking, the box is a little bit uninspiring, but the contents inside, well, what's the saying? Never judge a book by its cover, and that's certainly the case here. Okay, so what have we got? We've got a wireless mode, dual vibration, 6-axis gyroscope, and wired mode. And if you hold T on the back of the Joy-Con and press down joystick once, it changes the LED colour. And if you press it down twice, you get different colour modes. On the top, I believe these come in different colours, and it looks like there may be some different designs, but I'm not really too sure about that. Okay, let's open it up and take a look at the contents inside. Alright, well, first thing you should notice is that these are quite a bit bigger than the standard Joy-Cons, and we'll do a comparison later on. They weigh 166 grams or 5.85 ounces depending on your geographical location. Now, if you want to use these in wireless mode, you've got to use this little dock slide, just like the original Joy-Cons. This one is actually a little bit wider, and I'm looking here for a charging slot to enable charging, but unfortunately there isn't one. So yeah, when it's all together, the whole thing is bigger and wider, as you will see, but it both looks and feels very nice. Now, they've supplied you with one cable. It's just a USB-C cable, and I'll be talking a bit more about that later on, so I'll put that back down. There are some instructions here, and I'm going to speed up and go through and just highlight some of the things you need to take a note of. These instructions are definitely worth reading if you want to get the full experience out of these Joy-Cons. Okay, let's bring it up a little closer. So, as you can see, the finish, it's kind of a matte black, and on the back it's kind of textured there, which gives it some extra grip. And you can see the extra programmable buttons there, which you can set up, map to anyone. And the button there, the small M and the T button is used for changing the LED colours, etc. The whole thing here weighs about 198 grams or 6.98 ounces. Yeah, it all feels really good. And oh, lost focus there. Can somebody fix focus? Hello? That's better. There you go. Alright, let's take a look at some of the LED modes that are available. By holding down this T button, which is a little bit recessed, and tapping the thumbstick once, you'll get a colour. Colours are independent, so you can have different colours or even different modes per Joy-Con, so let's just show you that. Red, yeah, let's leave it on that one, hey? Now, let's run through some of the various colour modes, starting from green, which has turned out to be my favourite actually. And back to green. Now let's run through some of those various colour modes. This one cycles through the colours in like a pulse mode. So once you set your colour, with a single tap you can double tap and that will change through the different modes. There's actually 8 colours and 3 different modes on these Joy-Cons. And yet you can even turn them off. So let's go back to a static green on this one. There you go. And let's set the other one to a different mode, just to show you that it is, again, totally independent as to what mode or colour you wish to have each individual Joy-Con on. Now, this one is for the vibration level. If you press the T on the back and push the thumbstick either up or down, it goes through different vibration modes. It's pretty hard for me to show you those, but there are 4 levels of vibration here. They go from pretty mild to pretty intense, shall we say. Again, if you hold T on the back and keep the thumbstick depressed, it goes through 4 different brightness levels for each Joy-Con and each colour. So, as you can see, there's quite a bit you can do here with the LED. Really, it's just a nice little aesthetically pleasing feature, but it does look great, especially when they're on the Switch, as I'll show you later. Let's set this one back to green also. Yeah, all in all, very nice. One last thing I did want to mention quickly before we move on from the Joy-Cons is this. As you can see, each Joy-Con can be charged separately, but only one USB cable is provided. Now I understand these Nixie ones, unlike some, do charge when they're docked on the Switch, which is a great feature, but if you were to take these away or wanted to use them with something else, it would be nice if the supplied cable could charge both at the same time. Now there are cables out there that should charge both at the same time. I'm just going to insert one up here that I found online and I have ordered. I'll leave a link to this cable in the description, as you may also find it useful. Wow. Okay, so here is my Gen 1 Nintendo Switch. As you can see now, when I hold these Nixie controllers up to the original ones, they are quite a bit bigger. So let's just slide these original Joy-Cons off. And yeah, maybe try putting them on the right way, that might help, eh? Wow, I mean straight away that just looks so much nicer, and it definitely feels a lot nicer to hold. Actually, it kind of feels like I'm holding a different device altogether, I've got to say. Fits better in my hands and feels extremely sturdy compared to the original Joy-Cons, which they always felt a little flimsy to me. These Nixie ones do feel a lot stronger. It actually feels like I'm holding something now. Because of the thickness and they curve around the knuckles of your hand, I can see already that I'm definitely going to be using these ones going forward. Very nice. Just one last thing I did want to mention is obviously now you've just extended the length of your Switch, so yeah, it's not going to fit in there. So if you have any cases or anything, you're probably just going to want to be aware you might need to buy something else to carry these around in. It's just something to consider. It's not really a big deal. I mean, you can slide them off, put them in your bag, your pocket, or whatever. So, still worth the extra effort in my opinion. I've been using these for a few days. Once you transition to the new feel and slightly wider layout, it's a definite thumbs up. These controllers are, in my humble opinion, better in every way to the original Joy-Cons. So, that just about wraps this one up. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, just like and subscribe. It's over now, right? Okay. What do you want to do later? Yeah? Okay.